Come on. Little red Corvette. Woo! Come on. Oh! Come on, sing with me. Little red Corvette. Yeah. Sing it. Oh, my goodness gracious. I just wanted to come live for a minute to dance with you this morning. Sometimes you just got to move your body. Come on. So I want to come live with you to say push back the resistance. And let's talk about it for a second, guys, because I don't know about you, but this is not normal to have 10, 12 days of this kind of sky in a row. I don't know what's going on, but you can't tell me. Nothing in me knows that this is normal. This is not normal, guys. So, I don't know what's going on, but here's what I know. It is our moment to strengthen ourselves, because think about all the movies we watch where we sided with the resistance, right? When you think about what's pushing back, that's who we are. And God, yesterday was a hell of a day for me. I'm just going to be honest. Yesterday was a tough day for me, family-wise. Lots of stuff going on with the dynamics of my family, my brothers, crazy stuff. But the bottom line is, and you don't know until you're in it 24/7, right? You don't know what it's like taking care of an aging parent until you're actually taking care of them 24/7. And I always say, if you don't know what's going on, ask the people who are with the person 24/7. They'll tell you exactly what's going on. Everybody else can have an outside perspective, an outside opinion, but nothing really matters until you're in it. Once you're in it and you're living it and you're seeing it and you're feeling it, then you know it. And outside of that, you're just making guesstimations or, opinions or things like that. But the interesting thing is, this morning when I woke up, I was like, yesterday was a tough day. And then I did a couple back-to-back Zooms last night for a couple hours straight. And honestly, after my day yesterday, I don't know how I did it. Yesterday was very, very taxing and trying on me. Holy cow. I know that Facebook is normally the highlight reel, but it was a freaking tough day yesterday for me. Anyway, God, I don't know if any of you guys deal with siblings, but wow. Just a lot of emotional drama and trauma and crap. But anyway, bottom line is last night I literally thought to myself, pray, shake it off and get up, so that I could do this Zoom meeting, because I knew there was going to be 1,000 people watching, right? Which there was. And so hopefully I inspired some of you. But this morning I woke up and I slept so hard last night. So hard. And when I woke up, I thought to myself, push back the resistance. If you're going through tough times, get tougher. Don't weaken. Don't crumble. Don't be a victim. Get tougher. And so I freaking got dressed. I put my headset on. I put some Rocky music on, and I drove to the gym. And I sprinted. There's something about sprinting that makes me feel stronger. How about you guys? When you sprint, do you feel a little stronger? And so I was sprinting first at 9 miles an hour, then 10 miles an hour, then 10.5 miles per hour. And I just thought, we are so much stronger than we give ourselves credit for. And sometimes when you're going through tough times with family, and I'm not saying we don't have moments of weakness and we shouldn't take time to, kind of really get into what's going on. But sometimes I think we just get under it. With this weather here, it's easy to get under it. And I was like, get after it. Get up. The voice of my dad, the Marine, comes to me many times where he says, get up, Renita. Are you ready to get up? And then, and I say that to you guys. Are you ready to push back whatever's holding you back? Are you ready to push back the, I don't want to say the resistance, because I feel like I am the resistance. I am the resistance, pushing back on all the crap that's happening in the world, because God has called us to this moment. God has called us for such a time as this. We are not supposed to be cowards. We are not supposed to buckle. We are supposed to occupy and hold the ground, stand the line, right, until Jesus comes back. And so that's going to take some strengthening. And I realized last night, sometimes the strengthening is even you have to take a stance against your family when they don't know. Sometimes your family simply does not know because they are not involved. I'll tell you, my family is not involved, okay? And so they all have an opinion. But until you're in it and living it, and like I said yesterday to my family members, I said, talk to my family. My family's in it 24/7. Talk to Rocco Brannon, talk to Truett Brannon, talk to Bo Brannon, talk to Scott Brannon, talk to Renita. We're in it. We're living it, right? And so sometimes it's really interesting how everybody's got an opinion about everyone else and everything else and blah, 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 blah. Protect the home front. Protect the boundaries, okay? No one's coming into my house and taking my boys or taking my mom into a situation where she's not going to get 100% love and full-time care. No one. I mean, I'm standing the line over here, right? And so at the end of the day, there's just, the last 24 hours have been really something for me. I'm just going to be truthful with you guys. The last 24 hours, and I thought to myself this morning when I woke up, get up, strengthen yourself. When life gets tough, Renita, get tougher. That's what I thought to myself. When life gets tough, get tougher. How many of you are living that motto? When life gets tough, are you getting tougher? Or are you buckling and getting weaker and becoming a victim and not living life fully? Because I'm telling you what, you know how a rock turns into a diamond? It's polished over time. You know what I mean? It was once a piece of coal, right? And so eventually over time that becomes a diamond, and that happens through friction. Friction is what strengthens you. Friction is what creates the resolve. Friction is what actually creates the renewing of the mind, because you have to think of new ideas, new solutions, new power techniques. Like somebody texted me this morning and they said, thanks for the Zoom last night. I'm stepping into my power. And I'm like, that's right. Because the power lives in us is greater than the power which is in the world, it says. The power living in you and the power living in me is greater than the power living in the world. And the world is crazy. The world is wild. Look around. I mean, to have 12 days of this garbage where we don't get to see the sun, I don't know. Something's going on. So you better figure it out, and you better rise up, and you better strengthen yourself, strengthen your resolve, strengthen your family, strengthen your health, get financially free. Start saying, I want to make millions of dollars. Why is it okay for all the big pharmaceutical giants to make millions and billions and trillions of dollars, and a person like you or me can't say, I want to make $1 million? We're embarrassed about it. Christians, rise to the occasion. The people that have the most money are getting the most done on the planet, right? We can pray like everything depends on God and work like everything depends on us, right? Make the money, lift the weights, say yes. This morning I had somebody reach out to me and they said, hey, listen, I'm down. Well, I'll just tell you who it is. Shemaine and Ted Nugent. They reached out to me this morning. They're like, Renita, we need your help with LifeWave. We've got a contact, and this guy owns a massive resort down in Colorado. And he's had a massive back surgery where he broke his back, and he actually owns the resort, the Ritz-Carlton, and he's skied 1,000 times since he broke his back. Can you imagine someone breaking their back and has skied because he owns this mountain resort 1,000 times? They are so interested in the patches. They want to implement it. They want to put it on their bodies. They want to share it with others. They think this technology is so cool. And she's like, I'm down here. Can you next day air some patches to me? Yes is the answer. Some of you in your LifeWave businesses need to start saying yes, 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 yes. So I always say yes, yes, yes. I'm sprinting to the UPS right now. You'll have them by tomorrow morning at 10. Get these patches on these people that need it. Let's go. Let's spread the message to everyone who wants to hear it. Health is yours. Wealth is yours. Freedom is yours. Step into it, you guys. Don't listen to people with outside voices that have no real perspective. It's like taking advice about weight loss from a person still 200 pounds overweight. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to take advice from them. It's like taking advice from a dentist that's fixing your teeth, and he's sitting above you and his teeth are all rotted out of his mouth. You know, in the world in the last few years, they told us, don't listen to, we can be anybody we want to be. You can be anyone you want to be. And I thought to myself, yeah, actually, I was listening to a song this morning and it says, everybody wants to be a cat. And it's an old song. It's an old song. And I thought, how did they know this 25 years ago when they wrote this, that everybody wants to be a cat? I'm like, how did they know this? This is like an old song that I was listening to. But anyway, the bottom line is like in a world where everybody thinks they can be anything, be brave, be courageous, be powerful, hold the line, be wealthy. Be healthy, be wise, be all those things. Don't be a crazy train. Don't get on that crazy train. So funny. So I said to Scott, I said, it's so amazing that for us to say, we want to make $1 million. I want to make $5 million. People are like, Oh, they're just about the money. I'm like, money makes the world go round. Last time I checked, every time I check out at any location in Bismarck, any store in Bismarck, guess what they're asking for? Donations. Donations for this association, that association. I think there's a common denominator with association. It starts with 3 letters. I don't trust any of these associations because they all start with 3 letters, and you know what the letters are. You know, I realized a long time ago who's funding these heart organizations, cancer organizations, if you got someone you want to give money to, just give them the money. Just give them the money. This morning I was at the grocery store, ran across a gal battling with cancer. I just cut her a check for $1,000. Why? Because when you have money, you can make a difference. She's not treating traditionally. She says no to the traditional treatments. She's doing it all with supplementation, and her cancer markers are normal. Anyway, the bottom line is, I'm not saying you shouldn't give. You should give, but I don't know about giving to these associations, ASS being the first 3 letters. I think they're money laundering organizations. Just like I think wars are money laundering organizations. Just think our federal government, our food system. When you look at the number one place our federal government is spending its money on when they rewrite the farm bill, the number one way they're contributing to that farm bill is by buying Coca-Cola. It's our federal government is the number one contributor to Coca-Cola. And we have 500 million diabetic people on the planet. 500 million of them. And they say by 2050, it's going to be 1 billion people with diabetes. And we got our freaking government cutting checks with the farm bill, all the subsidies to Coke so that people can use their cards to go buy Coke. Their money that they're getting to feed their families to buy Coke. We can't figure out anything better to feed these people than Coke? Really? I don't trust any of these frickers. None of them. None of them. None of them. Any of these 3-letter organizations, I don't trust none of them. If you want to give money, you should have lots to give. If you're out to eat at a restaurant and the server's waiting on you and she's pregnant, give her $500 because you want to, right? I'm telling you, we should have all the money that we want to give as Christians. We should not be living paycheck to paycheck. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you better check yourself at the door as a Christian. Jaime, you're exactly right. They want us sick. They want us sick and broke, so we just obey. And I never watched that stupid movie, by the way, because when you understand sound and frequency, because I'll tell you what, the greats of our world, the Albert Einsteins of our world, the Nikola Tesla says everything is vibration. Everything is frequency. I'm too much vibration for some people. I know that. But that's because I got 4 patches on me right now. And I had a handful of salt before I went to the gym. And I sprayed some shine spray on me. So I'm really jacked up. Because I ended my workout with 15-pound dumbbells doing 100 jumping jacks. Why? Because when you have a tough situation or a tough life, get tougher is my advice. But the bottom line is you better push it back. You better stand up. You better get your health back. You better take control of your finances. You should not be living small. Living small is the devil. God has given you the authority of the kingdom of heaven on earth. Why are you acting like you're a 2-foot fairy is my question. The Father in heaven that owns the cattle on 1,000 hills has given all of us the authority on earth, and we're playing small, acting like we're broken, poor, and sick. What is going on, Christians? You better shake it off and get up. You better shake it off and get up. It's like that story about that donkey. He fell in a hole, and the farmers came across the donkey. Do you guys remember this story? And they said, oh, it's too hard to get this donkey out of the hole. Let's just bury him alive. So the farmer started shoveling dirt on the donkey, and the donkey shook it off, and he stepped up. And they shoveled more dirt, and the donkey shook it off and stepped up. And he shook it off, and he stepped up. And eventually, he freaking ran out of that hole. You know why? Because that what was caused to bury him, he used and ran the hell out of that hole. You guys get what I'm saying here? This is a big deal. You got to shake it off and you got to get up. Shake it off and get up. And if you're a Christian watching this saying, I'm so poor, I can't afford the patches, you got a brain issue. You got a mental brain thing that you've had a neural pattern of poverty and sickness and doubt and guilt and shame and lack for too many years. And it's time for you to create a new neural pattern. I talked about this on the training last night. It was so good. It takes 21 days to grow a new branch. It takes 63 days to grow a brand new freaking tree. You got a whole new tree. You want to grow an oak tree? Do something with consistency for 63 days. Start giving to others. Even when you think you don't got the money to give anyway. God sees. I always say you can't give, I'll give God. He really does see us giving. And he knows our hearts. And he wants to bless us. And it doesn't mean that we just sit around and cry and give and don't do anything. I get up every day, like you say, Q, I win the day. I'm going to go win the day. I'm going to go send out patches. I'm going to patch the guy that's coming to my house to fix something in 5 minutes. I'm going to win the day. Why? Because God has made me salt on the earth, salt and light on the earth. So you better get salted up so you get a little more salty. You better get the patch on so you get some light back in you if you're living in darkness. And I'm telling you, it is time to say, I want to make $1 million. I want to make $5 million. I want to be abundantly healthy. I told Scott, just wait until my upcoming birthday here in May. I don't even know how old I'm going to be, but I think I'm going to be like maybe 46, 47 or maybe 48. I don't even care. I don't know because I feel like I'm freaking 18. I feel better than when I was 18. Better. Can you imagine feeling better in your late 40s than you did when you were 18? I mean, I'm telling you, come on. Don't believe in aging. What is a number? I don't even know the number. I don't even care. Ask my kids. I have a hard time remembering their birthdays. I don't care about the numbers like that. You know the number I care about? 1 billion homes, 1 million people pulling them out of that pit of darkness into the light, 1 million people getting them free of their physical ailments, $1 million, $2 million, $5 million. As Christians, start being bold in your speech and you'll start receiving the benefits of that of living on earth. If you're poverty in your speech, you're living a poverty lifestyle. You can't afford organic. I can't afford organic, right? I can't. Why? Well, you've been talking like that for 20 years. Stop that. Hold the line. Push back the resistance. And don't let anybody, I don't even care if they're family. I'll tell you what, I was with my family yesterday. My family is dead wrong. You know why? They have no idea. They're not involved. When you get involved, it's like someone saying, well, I'm looking in the distance and it looks like that. And then you get closer and it's nothing like that at all. But how do you know? It's kind of like being in war. I've never been in war. I don't know what it's like. I'm not going to pretend like I know what it's to be in war. But I got a buddy of mine that's been to war 5 times. I could call him and I'd say, tell me what it's like to have been in war. And he would tell me exactly, right? Don't have your own opinions from the outside looking in. Step into the shoes of somebody else and say, what is it like? What's going on? You know, good or bad, tell me the truth. Tell me about that network marketing. Tell me how I make $1 million. Tell me how I change my life. Tell me how I get healthy. Like, I've realized so many people don't want to hear the truth. They'd rather vote for Joe Crazy ice cream eater, licking ice cream cones with dementia than they would hearing from a person who wants to save our country. Those are not my people. Unfriend me. I need room for my new friends. The light workers, the salt workers, the ones getting in the game with me, the ones getting on earth and rising up because they're called for such a time as this. Those are my friends. Those are the ones I want to be with. Those are the ones I want to run with. I want to get in those closed circles and I say, what's going on here? Tell me how you're making the money. Tell me how you're doing it. Show me what you're doing every day. Not a pipe dream. There's all these crypto crazies, right? Crypto. I know so many people that invest money and don't make a dime. It's that, something for nothing. No, when you get involved with network marketing, it's called network marketing, right? One of my brothers was giving me hell yesterday because I do network marketing. And he's like, how many networks have you been with? And I'm like, how many businesses fail? How many of you are a business owner and how many of your businesses have failed, right? How many times have you tried to lose weight and you failed? Does that make you a failure? No, you keep seeking. The one who has the success is the one who goes from endeavor to endeavor, health to health without losing momentum, without losing belief. And finally, all of those tools, all of that refining the Lord has done for you for 20 years, boom, shows itself in an opportunity like LifeWave. LifeWave didn't happen in the last 20 months. LifeWave happened in the last 17 years. Why? Because God was refining Scott and I to do network marketing. Our family hates it. Our family hates it. You know, we got people in our family that don't even use the patches. What? Are these people insane? They would rather take handfuls of ibuprofen and go get injections than be on a patch. I don't care. It's fine. Let them do that. What we've done, cut that. We no longer feed our pearls to swine. I no longer give away things that I honor and that God has blessed me with to give to somebody else for them to demean me. In fact, I'm cutting those relationships out of my life. Why? Protect the flock. My flock is my family. I will protect my family unit at all costs. You know that saying that says, oh, you want to come against my kids? Pack a lunch. We ride at dawn, right? Because I'm telling you what, I'll meet you there and let's go. Nose to nose, toes to toes, right? At the end of the day, I'm protecting my home. I'm protecting my children. I'm protecting my aging mother. Because so many aren't. So many people aren't protecting their aging parents. So many people aren't protecting their family members, right? They're off, you know, building another business. And they should be with their kids at home. True story. This is why we chose to do network marketing 17 years ago. I did not want my kids in 1 minute of daycare. When we had the opportunity to pull them out of the school systems, we did it. We wanted our kids to learn from us because we believe we're the very best influences on our kids. Why not us? Why would I put my kid in a daycare? I better damn well know the belief system of that daycare provider if I'm going to drop my kids off 10 hours a day, right? I want to be there. I'm the best person to learn from. Who do I think my kids should learn health from? Some social media influencer or me? Me. Pick me. Who do I think our kids should learn about money from? You know, somebody on the web. And I'm not saying you can't pick up information from the web and learn good things, but should I learn it from my husband, Scott, whose nose has been in the trenches? Yes. Pick us. Maybe some people want to ship their kids off to here, to there, and let social media rule their lives because they don't have a good belief system. My belief system is fantastic. I want my kids to be like me, only better, right? That's it. That's what we should be standing for, right, guys? Anyway, these are all my thoughts this morning. Thanks. Sometimes I thought, okay, I could hire a counselor or I could go on social media and give you guys a little talk and maybe get some of your feedback, but I know that the Lord is refining me. I know the Lord is boy, I'll tell you one thing. Should I tell you the one thing I've learned about with Parkinson's? Should I tell you the one thing? You guys want to know the one thing if you deal with people with Parkinson's? Patience. It's going to give you some patience. Because people with Parkinson's, they don't have dementia many times and they don't have Alzheimer's, despite what family members think. Get in the trenches, right? I'm not saying they got brand new brains, but their brains are working. They're just slow. And I'm going to tell you something about that. When I learned that, it made my whole life slow down. And maybe that's what God needed me to do, is to slow down, right? Because you guys know I talk fast, move fast. I mean, everything I do it at a fast pace. And so maybe the Lord said, you know what? I'm going to have your mother live with you. So you slow down. Because it takes time to walk from the bedroom to the bathroom. It takes time to walk from the bathroom to the kitchen. It takes time. Get it? Got it? Good. In the meantime, I just went and looked at some weights. Threw up some heavy dogs this morning. It's like I said, I think I have 4 or 5 patches on my body. I'm starting to wear energy enhancers on my butt cheeks. I'm just going to be straight with you guys. I thought to myself, this sucker burns fat. Where do I got the most fat? I'm not one of those women that want butt implants. That grosses me out when I see it down in Florida. I don't like butt implants. So for me, what I want a toned, high-lifted butt that carries me around, helps me to sprint, run fast, take care of my family. But I got a little extra junk in the trunk. So I started wearing the energy enhancers directly on my butt cheeks. 1 on the right, white on the right, 10 on the left butt cheek. You guys can do the same. If you got a little extra junk in the trunk, get with me on this butt cheek challenge. We're throwing those energy enhancers on there. Fat oxidation. Burn the fat for fuel, baby. Anyway, may the Lord bless you, keep you, and shine his face upon you all the days of your life. hold the line, protect your family, stand your ground, get around people that are loving, encouraging, and blessing you and asking you, tell me what's going on over there, instead of making an outside judgment call when they're not even present. It kind of reminds me of Joe Biden saying, everybody who can vote who's in prison. You lost your voting rights when you broke the law and raped somebody, stole something, and now you're in prison. You don't have the right to vote anymore, buddy. If you want the right of freedom, then quit stealing other people's freedom. You got what I'm saying? I don't think anybody in prison should have the right to vote. Nah! Negative, Ghost Rider. Again, if you chose that decision and now you're in the pen, that's your own fault. You can vote when you get out, if you get out, right? So for me, I'm not that let everybody have an opinion. That's called socialism. I'm not a socialist. My dad hated socialism, by the way. My dad hated socialism. He couldn't stand it. And so, I don't know. I'm a conservative, God-fearing, God-loving Republican. That's what I can tell you. And I tell you what, whom the sun sets free is free indeed. And we want you well. We want you wealthy. And the choice is yours. It's yours for the taking. Are you going to shake it up and get out? Are you going to shake it off and get up? Or are you going to be buried in the pit? The choice is yours. May the Lord bless you, keep you, and shine his face upon you, and be gracious to you all the days of your life. Have a wonderful day. We love you guys. Take care.